Okay, in this Windows 8 training module, we're going to go over what the Charms bar is and how you can utilize it to make your PC work better for you. So let's jump into it. To reveal your Charms bar, you swipe from the right. If you need to know how to use this touch gesture, I suggest going back to Module 1 and going over that training module again. That discusses how to open the Charms bar and where it's placed and all that fun stuff. So I'm going to open up my Charms bar here. So as you can see here, I have 5 charms altogether. Now, the start button here, this one is not so important, as is it just takes you back to the start menu here. If we can tap it, you'll see it just takes you back to the start menu. So that one isn't particularly helpful or useful, other than just getting us to the start menu. But let's start at the top here. The search charm here, this is extremely helpful, and it's never been more useful than it has in Windows 8, excuse me. So, for instance, let's get something open here. Well, we'll just start with the search charm. I'll open it up here. So when I click on the search charm, I'm greeted by my all apps screen because that's sort of the default thing for it to do. And I can start typing here, and I'm just going to start typing in Fresh Paint because I'm looking for an application called Fresh Paint. And I've gotten only a few letters in, and there it is right off the top. So we can search for applications, but the really big deal is you can actually search for program settings from this menu here. Now this is really helpful. This saves you a lot of time from jumping through all the different control panel menus and all the different folder options, and will get you directly to what you're looking for. For an example, let's say I'm looking to attach a Bluetooth device. I could start typing blue. And now I have one application that pops up. That's because I'm currently under applications over here. So I've got one application. It has found 33 files that have the word blue in it, and it's found 10 settings. So if I click on the settings here, there we go. Right away we get add a Bluetooth device. So this search feature not only will search your PC for applications, programs, files, but it'll also search for settings. Now, as you may notice along the bottom here, I also have some other menus here for searching. Well, we can see the store here, Netflix, and a few others. So what this actually means is, this actually took me a long time to figure out, this means this search feature also works within these applications. So let's get back to our start menu, and I'll open up the store here. Okay. So, like I said, this actually took me a long time to figure out. If you notice here, this is the market where there's thousands upon thousands of apps, but there's no search box anywhere. Well, that's because the search box is basically built into Windows now. We'll open up our search menu here. We'll go to Store, Selected. And let's say maybe I want to find the YouTube app. So I'll start typing in YouTube. Hit search. And there we go. It finds all the applications with the reference to YouTube within its name or its description. Oh. So now this doesn't always, or this isn't just for the store too, it also works within Netflix. If we hit Netflix here, it'll work within all these applications, not within programs, but within applications only. So we'll wait for Netflix to start up here. And what I can do here is I can basically search Netflix for a movie or TV show that I want to see. We can start, how about I'm looking for Battle. We'll search that. Ah, Battlestar Galactica. Now that's what I was looking for. But as you can see here, it searched through the Netflix app to find what I was looking for. So this isn't just for searching through your computer for settings, files, and applications. It's also for searching through applications itself, such as the store's market or Netflix's market. We can also use this on the internet too as well. This will essentially just take you to your default search engine and then type in what you've typed into the search box into the search engine. It's more of just a basic version of it. So in this case, if I did Internet Explorer, it would take me directly to Bing. And there we go. It would automatically search for battle within, or the key term that I have in the search box here, within Bing. So that's the search feature, essentially, the search charm. It's really useful and quite handy to have. Now, the next one here, let's move down our list, is the share charm. The share charm is all about social networking and sharing things with others, basically, just as its name says. So for instance, let's say I found this neat picture here. I'll just click on it here. And we'll open that guy up. Sure, I'll just go into that picture. Now I want to share this with a friend here. I can open up my share charm. And it gives me a few options here of what I can do with basically this picture that I found. I can either email it to someone, or I can send it to Evernote, which will basically note down what I'm saving. And then there's also the People application here. This will allow me to share it with a social network such as Facebook, Google Circles, Twitter, and other social networks such as that. For a better example, let's say I have a, look for a cookie recipe here, because I love cookies, not the tracking kind of cookies. Cookie. Cookie, oh, let's get back to web. Cookie recipes, there we go. Okay, so I'm just searching here. I'm going to find a recipe. Oh, and there we go. This is the one I want. And so I'm going to share this. And I think I'm going to send it to my grandma's, maybe a little hint. But you can see here I chose the mail share, so I can now basically share this recipe with any email address that I want. Now notice here it has a link to the web page where I found the article, and then a short description of it and a small picture to maybe help them get an idea of what I'm sending them to. But that's basically how the share charm works. It just allows you to share information with others on your social media networks or through email addresses or whatever in accounts you might have set up on your tablet Windows 8 device. So let's keep moving. Again, we've got just another way to get back to the start menu here. This is the next start guy. Now, the next one we have here is devices. Devices is really handy. This is how you can control anything that's connected to your computer. For instance, we'll open up Internet Explorer again. And let's say instead of sharing this recipe with someone, I want to print it off. I could then go into my devices menu here. And now in the devices menu, it gives me a list of options of the printers that are currently connected to my tablet, so I can print to it. Now as you can see here, my printer is currently offline, so I can't print to that. But if I did want to, I could just simply tap on that printer. It'll now give me a print preview. And there it is. That is what my print would look like if I'd send it off. I can change how many copies I want to create here. I can also change the orientation of how I want it to print off. And it lists how many pages it's going to be down here. And then I can just hit this print button and it'll send it directly to my printer. My printer's currently offline, so I won't do that now. But I can back up and I can re-choose a different printer if I'd like. But that's basically what your devices menu does. If you're on your desktop, you'll open this up and you'll find that it'll have secondary monitor control, so you can control how your secondary monitor acts. You can also, when you connect like a camera or a cell phone or some sort of device like that, it'll pop up in your devices menu here too as well. and I'll allow you to do things with it from here. So the devices charm is basically how you can control devices or peripheral devices that you've connected to your tablet or PC. So that's the devices charm. Let's move on to the settings charm. This is by far probably the most important one of your computer. We'll open this guy up here. Now this is really important. This upper half here that you see, this upper half is all, this will always change. This gives me settings for the application that I'm currently in. So as you can see, I'm in the Internet Explorer app, so I have settings for the Internet Explorer application. As you can see here, my internet options here, and I can tap on that. And there it goes. It gives me all of my Internet Explorer settings right there. So again, let's open this up. This upper half will change depending on what application that you are in. So this is always changing. This bottom half here never changes, and we'll get to that in a second. So let's say, for instance, I'm on the desktop. I'll swing over to my desktop here, open up my settings charm, and here I go. I've got settings for the desktop, such as control panel, personalize, PC info, and a few others there. So when you're looking for settings for an application, that's where they're all going to be, this upper half here. And since, as you notice, compared to traditional desktop programs, you'll notice that we have the file menu up here where we then have all of our settings, and there's our properties there. This is our old traditional way of accessing our settings, is through this menu. So basically this menu for applications has now been moved to the settings charm. So let's open that again. Now this bottom half is really important. These 6 or 7 items here, if you count this little button, the change my PC settings button, these will never change. These always stay the same no matter what program or application that you are in. And I'll name off what all these do here. First off, we'll start with the repeater option here. Oh, excuse me. This is repeater is the actual Wi-Fi I'm connected to, but this is how I can control what wireless networks I am connected to, or any network that I am connected to, even wired networks that I'm connected to. This is how I can control it. You can tap on this one, and you'll see here it's got all the different Wi-Fi settings or Wi-Fi's that are in my area that I can connect to. There's also a little button here for airplane mode, which essentially shuts off all wireless connectivity and Bluetooth basically connections. So it will turn off those connections and put it into airplane mode. It's similar to the same airplane mode that you see in your cell phone too. So next we have volume here. This will just control how loud your speakers are, and that works for speakers that you have plugged in, headsets, or just the built-in speakers into your tablet. The next one here is for your screen. This will alter the brightness of your tablet device. I'm not sure if you can see the change there when I move it up and down. I don't think that shows up in video, but it does. It makes the screen brighter or dimmer, and that's how you can control it there. Notifications. This is basically for applications, how they notify you. For instance, let's say you had the CNET app. Every once in a while, the CNET app will pop up with a really important update, and it'll let you know Apple just lost their lawsuit against Samsung. I think that was the last actual notification that I got through there. But that's basically what it is, and you can actually tap on this, and it'll allow you to hide the notifications for a preset designated amount of time, 1 hour, 3 hours, or 8 hours, so it won't bother you, so you can maybe get some work done. Now next off, I'm going to jump over one to the keyboard here. The keyboard is basically a way for you to use a touch-enabled keyboard, and this will have settings for it here too. It allows me to change it to a touch keypad with handwriting options. I also have it currently set up in an English US keyboard layout, but this is where you can go to control the keyboard options for your PC. Now note, if you don't have a tablet, you will not have any keyboard settings here. That won't actually appear there. It'll be grayed out since you don't need that. The last one here is actually your power button here. This is actually how you can turn off or restart or put your PC into sleep mode. But as you can see here, this is how you actually can shut it down. And that's what the power button is there for, and that's how you will actually turn off your tablet or laptop or desktop devices through this setting right here. Now lastly, we have the change PC settings. This will basically get us to settings for our entire menu. It's kind of like a new control panel, an application version of control panel for your computer. If I click on it here, I'll give you maybe a short little look at it. But like I said, it's kind of like the new application version of Control Panel. It allows you to change things about your PC, such as lock screen and other things. I'll go into this in the personalization video and training module. But yeah, and here we also have wireless settings and a few other things. So that was the settings charm there. So that's it for this training module. Again, we've gone over what all the different charms will do. We have the search charm, which can search through your PC, not just for files and applications, but it can also search for settings. And it'll also be used to search through other applications. The share charm is for sharing articles or anything you might want to share with your social media network or friends, or emailing it to someone. The start charm is, again, just another way to get back to your start menu. Devices allows you to control peripheral devices that are connected to your tablet, PC, laptop, or what have you. And then the settings charm, which controls all or holds all of your settings for your currently used application or settings for your tablet or PC. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.